They were all kind of just pieces. We just sit there and be like, oh, this is a cool piece. This is a cool piece. And we just kind of add pieces on top of each other.
Even though it's been a few years, Dan and I are just now getting to the point where we are syncing together.
We started to sit down and write songs out on an acoustic guitar before we ever recorded them. So we always had at least like the basic blueprint of the song figured out before we started recording.
Daniel will sit at the computer and have me go through different layers. I'll go through different tracks. I'll do the main guitar track, then I'll do a lead guitar track, and then I'll do an accent guitar track. And it's really, really neat to see all that stuff once you actually play it out, once it's done, once it's on the computer, once it's saved. When it actually comes out to what it's supposed to be, it's incredible.
Serotonin was around for probably like 6 months. We had the guitar part, and I drank a box of wine. Sean was at work, and I put the beat down to it, and that kind of just changed everything from that point on.
It was a little bit more of an upbeat, upscale song that we wrote. Serotonin is basically, my understanding, is just a chemical balance in your brain, or a chemical in your brain that makes you happy.
Even we did the guitar. It was actually kind of like an acoustic, like serotonin. My habits choke serotonin from my brain. Zaps the toxins that are coursing through my veins. That's it's kind of depressing stuff.
Inevitably, the more you do those bad habits, the more it takes away from you.
In the slumber tonight, my dreams take me back to a different time.
I cherish this place that we live and call home. Maybe it's definitely a little bit more apparent to me now, not so much when I was a kid, but I think there's a lot of things we need to change in the world. Otherwise, it's gonna fall apart, and it's gonna end, maybe.
Torch the Sky sounds awesome. I love the bass line, the guitars, just everything about it. The drums sound really cool, and then it drops into that long, like, extended outro.
Communicate to my son. He was in my wife's stomach, and it started out as a big joke because everybody thought my son was going to have a beard when he came out.
Sean came home, brought Katie over, and that's when they told me they were having Jack.
It's a big song for me because I wanted my wife and I want my son to be able to listen to that later in their life and realize how much I really do love them. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for either one of them.
We were hanging out. Me, Katie, and Sean were just sitting around the living room at Green Tree, and he had the acoustic guitar, and we just sat there and wrote the lyrics, fleshed it out one night, and then shortly after that, just recorded it. It's super easy. It's just an acoustic guitar and vocals, so it went fast.
I'm ready for you to come so I can have a little buddy to run around with, and it turned out to be true. He's a great little guy.
Have you ever seen a pretty baby? 'Cause my pretty lady Katie is having a...
We work really well together, it's a great experience to record and burn down the charade with Daniel.
I mean, I would say I'm the designer, the architect, and he's like the builder.
It goes, Sean plays the guitar track, and then I'll put the headphones on, and that guitar track's rolling, so then I'll start fiddling around and I'll play with something.
He'll sit there and work on a melody for the second guitar, and I'll sit there and shape the tone until something clicks for both of us. And we're like, that's it.
Usually it's what's in my head, or usually Daniel will try and interpret what's in his head, and I'll take a few goes.
Messing with the sounds till it fits in with the song right and comes across emotionally, tonally the way I want it to.
I can't draw, I can't paint, but for some reason I can pick up a guitar and just play something that makes sense to me.